Hi everyone, so I am 28 weeks pregnant today and it's been quite an eventful week this week. I'll start with my symptoms. So still feeling nauseous, that ain't going anywhere I don't think. Sciatica, still in the right hand side of my bum. Palpitations, still be getting palpitations, they've been getting quite strong. Been feeling quite lightheaded and really thirsty. And I've been getting a lot of pains in my stomach. Not the kind of pains, not like I've been getting Braxton Hicks as well, but not like Braxton Hicks pains, but more like cramps in the muscles. So not like periody cramps, not like deep inside. It's more like from the muscles. So yeah, it's not been a fun week again for symptoms. I had a checkup with the thyroid clinic yesterday, and so before you go in to see the doctor, you're going to see a midwife. And yesterday I was supposed to have a midwife appointment, but because they both fell on the same day, the midwife said there's no point in me seeing you, they'll just do all the checks there. So I went into the room and the midwife says to me, the first thing she says to me was, right, you're quite low in iron. And I was like, okay, thinking, you know, it's pretty standard, most pregnant women are. And she went, no, she went, I'm actually quite surprised you're walking around, she said. And I was like, oh, really? She went, well, you know, she said, yeah, I mean, it's not severe, she said, but it's quite low. She said, we'd like to see it, the number sitting at about 120. Now, I don't know if that's just a standard number or if that's like for everybody, or if that's the sort of number they like for pregnant women. But she said mine was 98, so she said they were going to give me some iron tablets that day, and I've got them now. And I've taken 2 already. I took one last night and one this morning. So I've got on with that. She took my blood pressure and she said it was 128/72. Then she said to me, your urine has 3+ leukocytes in it and a trace of protein. She said, I think there was 1+, she said, if I recall. She said, but she's only written down trace, but I'm sure she said 1+. So I've got a bottle, I've got to do a sample and take it into doctors. She said, just want to check that there's not an infection creeping up. Then she said to me to lay on the bed. Right, now this is where things get interesting. So I lay on the bed and she listens to the heartbeat. And normally they're really quick with it. They just sort of put it on and you can hear it thump, 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 thump. And they go, oh yeah, hear that? Right, yeah, lovely. But she was like there for about 10 seconds. She was like listening, and I thought, yeah, I've heard it. And then she went, do you feel the baby? No, what did she say to me? Have you felt the baby? And I went, not this morning I haven't. And she went, no, but do you generally? I went, yeah, a lot of the time. I said, just not this morning. And she went, oh, okay. She said, well, if you haven't felt the baby by this afternoon, you're going to have to refer yourself to the maternity unit. And I went, oh, okay. But I wasn't really worried about it because it's not the first time I haven't felt the baby. Like, it'd been a rush morning for me anyway, because I took Kaysan to school and I'd come home and I'd like made up a little box of snacks for Noah to sit at the hospital just to keep him like busy. And then I'd like drove down to the hospital, and that's a 20-minute drive, so I wasn't really concerned. But then when I went out in the waiting room, I felt the baby moving around anyway, so I was just like, yeah, it's, you know. She said, oh, the heart rate was 156. That is probably the highest of all my kids, actually. Noah's was always between like mid 130s to like mid 140s. Kaysan's was always mid 140, and the highest it would ever be was 150. Like, it was never over that. And then this one's 156. This is the highest of all my kids. So Kaysan was quite a high needs baby, so I'm worried that this baby's going to be the same, like a bit of a high needs baby because of the heart rate. Because Noah was a really, really good calm baby, and he had a lower heart rate. So she said my pulse was 192, was 92, and anywhere between 60 and 90 is kind of like considered normal. But I've always been on the higher end anyway. That's just me. I've always had a high pulse. Then she said she felt for baby's head. She said, oh, baby's head down. She said, oh yeah, lovely, head down. And the baby was laying along my right side this time. When I went for my midwife appointment, was it 25 weeks I think, or day before 25 weeks, it was on the left. And it's shifted onto the right now. And she was going, and then then she goes, now I'm having growth scans, and she knew that because when I went in, she went, oh hello, I remember you, I'm the one that booked your growth scans. And I went, oh yeah, I sort of thought, I don't really remember you, but I'm guessing you're from when I had my 12-week scan. So she knew, and now in my book it says they only measure if you're not having growth scans. And she went to me, I'm just going to measure your bump a minute, because your bump, and then she stopped herself, and I thought, what's she trying to say, that the bump, like the baby's small? Because she'd already felt it. Then she'd like took a look at my bump. Then she gets out her tape measure and measures, and she goes, all right then, yeah, that's fine. And then I thought, oh, well, maybe it was just me. Well, no, I'm actually measuring 2 weeks behind, which I never did with Noah. I was always on the week. I'm sure I was. With Kaysan, I was always below. I was always at least 1 to 2 under, and at one point I think I was either 3 or 4 under, and they sent me for a growth scan. Yeah, so I still say this baby's going to be small. But then, you know, is it because I'm sick? Is it because I'm sick and stressed out? You know, is it because I just lead a little bit busier lifestyle? Is that just me? Do I just grow small babies? Yeah, but so I got up and I said to her, oh, since I got a midwife appointment today, because it's been combined, she went, yeah, that's nice, fine. I went, no, I've got a question. So she said, oh yeah, that's fine. She went, yeah, that's what we're here for, you know, whatever you need to ask. So I said, well, I've been getting really bad itching. I said, at night, mainly at night. I said the itching's really bad at night, and it's on my ankle and both sides of my hips. Now I'll try and show you some pictures of. I'll try and show in the video. If I can't show, I can't sort of get a good. If it's not coming out good on the camera, then I'll take pictures and I'll put them. I'll insert these pictures so that you can see what I'm talking about. But basically, it's really, really itchy, and there doesn't seem to be anything there for me to be itching. Like, it's not like there's a rash or an irritation or anything. But once I've itched, once I've been scratching, I get these little tiny bumps come up. Now I don't know if I'm bringing the bumps up by scratching, or if the bumps were there and I'm scratching and they're coming up as I'm scratching. Anyway, so I told her about them and I showed her, and she was like, she was a bit confused, but she's like, oh, you put calamine on it. And I went, no, I've been trying E45 and that seems to be sort of taking the edge off of it. Then the other midwife goes, have you tried Puritan? So perhaps she was thinking allergy. Well, anyway, I get up off the bed. She goes, right, let me just talk about your itching, she said, because there is something, she said, called cholestasis. I said, yeah, I've heard of it. She said, would you let us do a blood test? So I said, yeah. So I thought, well, there's no point in mentioning it if I'm not going to say yes. So she said, let me do a blood test. We'll check all your bile levels and that on your liver. And then she went, we'll see if this is pregnancy related or something else. I was like, okay. So I had the blood test yesterday, so I don't know when I'm going to get the results. I don't know if they'll just call me or if my midwife will get those results. Because I'm not going back to the thyroid clinic now, because when I went into the doctor, he was like, what, you on 150? I said, yeah. He went, that's perfect for you. He said, stay on that, and that's it, I don't need to see you anymore. And then the midwife in there was, or the nurse in there went, hooray, some good news. And I thought, she read my notes. She just read my notes. But I've just, like, you know, been given iron tablets and whatever else. So yeah, I think that is really everything. Symptoms, I've been for my checkup, combined midwife appointment. Yeah, so I don't know when I'm going to get them results. I've got to have another blood test in about 3 weeks' time to check my iron levels, and my midwife will give me those results. So we'll see where I am. I think they've prescribed me 200, I think. Yeah, 200 milligram. Twice a day. So is that 400? I guess that's 400 a day of iron. So yeah, I've got to take them for about a month. Well, I've got a month's worth anyway. And then I'll see where my iron is in a couple of weeks' time. So hopefully it's picked up, because I do feel really tired. Not like tired as in like, oh, I want to go to sleep, but I think I mentioned last week, I don't feel tired as in I want to go to sleep. I feel tired as in like I just want to sit down all the time, and I just feel really sort of, I'm sure that's what I meant. I'm sure I mentioned that, and now it kind of makes sense why I've been feeling quite weak. Because yeah, I'm low in iron. So I'll show you the belly. I'll try and get a picture of these like what I've done to myself, this itching. If not, I'll throw in some pictures for you. Okay. Right, let me measure and then I'll show you the itching, the patches. Right, I am 30, just over 37 and a half. I'm just kind of like here, just over 37 and a half. So yeah, that is everything for week 28. I don't think I've missed anything. If I have, you can leave any questions below and I will get back to you. But other than that, I will speak to you next week for week 29. Although, oh yeah, I might do week 29 because I've got a growth scan tonight. So yeah, so I probably will do a update next week. So I'll speak to you all then.